Hello and welcome here to TalkFCB, and after Barca's dramatic victory over Granada, we're in action again. We are heading here to Real Betis in La Liga to try and put some pressure on Atletico Madrid, but after going all the way to extra time and the energy that it took to make that comeback, can we keep performing here? Well, let's find out. Kickoff will be coming to us at 9 PM local time on Sunday night, live there from the Estadio Benito Villamarin. And here, guys, are the times right around the world so you can get involved here as Barca bid to continue their form. There is also a full fixture list this weekend from La Liga. Real Madrid are going to be in action on Saturday afternoon. They're heading away to Huesca, although Real have injury issues of their own. With Sergio Ramos, they're ruled out for up to 2 months with a knee problem, whereas the league leaders, Atletico Madrid, will not be in action until Monday. They'll be facing Celta Vigo, and we'll have a chance, like I say, to put some pressure on, because as you can see, Atletico, even with a game in hand, stand 10 points clear at the top of the league. We've got to be faultless. We cannot afford any more mistakes if we want to even get close to Atletico, and of course we don't want to let Real Madrid back into that second place. And coming into this weekend, our opponents Real Betis do start the weekend in 7th place. They're just outside of the European places, and they are a very decent side, and very much so. A team that in recent weeks are really starting to pick up their form. They've been getting some really good results, positive feeling among their team right now, and also they've been conceding much less goals too, with Manuel Pellegrini certainly starting to enter some form, having taken over in the summer. But of course, guys, let's not forget, we are coming into this game with real momentum. We are coming into this game with real confidence, because not only have we started 2021 by, as you can see, winning 9 out of our 10 games in all competitions. It's been a really positive start to the year, which is just what we wanted looking ahead to the near future. But I also think in particular, it's not just the results we've had, but it's the way that we've come through some of these games, finding a way to win, winning in the big moments. And of course we are all still riding that high from Wednesday night, where the comeback against Granada has given everyone a huge boost of confidence and belief in this team. However, as I alluded to there in the intro, it's not going to be easy, because just 3 days after that comeback against Granada, we're all asking the same question. At what cost did that comeback happen? Because not only there did we head into extra time in that game for the 4th time in 3 weeks, but it was also there the amount of energy that would have taken to drag themselves basically from the point of elimination. We were all but out of the Copa del Rey to somehow find a way back and make it through to the semi-finals. And that's the big question, because are the players coming into this game still going to be having that adrenaline running through them? Are they still going to be riding that wave of confidence? Or are we in danger here of seeing a bit of a hangover if we don't get that team selection right? Because if you turn your clocks back there to 2017, and this is very interesting, because you all remember, of course, the famous comeback against Paris Saint-Germain. We will never, ever forget that night, but you will forget the next weekend, because just a few days after that game, we then went away to relegation-threatened Deportivo La Coruña, and we lost. And that is the risk here of just falling flat after such an amazing victory. But once again, I don't want to dampen the mood here, because guess what? Barca just happen to be in luck. And we don't say that all too often on the channel, because as it so happens, Real Betis, they've got the same problem. And you could even argue they've got a worse problem, because they too were in Copa del Rey action in midweek. They actually played 1 day later on the Thursday, and they not only went all the way to extra time against Athletic Club, but they even went to penalties. And the most crushing part of all on their part, they lost. They're coming into this game not only tired, but deflated too. That should work to our advantage. And if we do indeed move on now to Koeman's team selection, which, like I say, is going to be very key. This is the squad here that are going to be heading to Seville to face Real Betis on Sunday. And I think in terms of the press conference and Koeman, I think he did speak a lot about the players feeling tired. He spoke again about the schedule. He's very unhappy about the amount of games, about the fact that we're playing many away games, the fact that we're travelling late. And he said, look, this is not ideal for the players. So I think coming into this game, what we can expect is a few changes. I think that'll be absolutely right here. We've got to keep refreshing the squad. And of course, next week, we also have the first leg of the Copa del Rey semi-finals, and not too far away, the Champions League. Because when you do indeed look here at the team that started against Granada and, like I say, went deep into extra time, we are definitely going to see a few changes. I'll definitely highlight there one change at least at centre-back. We are going to have a change at right-back with Sergio Roberto injured. I think at least one change in midfield, and certainly there one change in the forward line. So if we start there with the possible defenders coming into this game, I think Longley is very, very likely to return at centre-back. The reason for that is I don't think Umtiti is going to be playing 3 games in 1 week. That, for me, would be extremely unlikely. At right-back, pretty straightforward. I think as long as Dest is fine, which he appears to be, he is going to start there in place of the injured Roberto, who is going to be out for at least 1 month right now. Into midfield, I think we'll definitely see Miralem Pjanic there playing in midfield. He hasn't received a lot of game time recently, and I think this is a game that he can certainly come into that midfield and give somebody like Sergio Busquets a bit of relief in this game. And of course at right wing, I would expect Dembele to return to the starting lineup. Trincao started against Granada. He was unlucky not to score, but I think Dembele will be back in this team. However, I wouldn't exactly say that may be the end of the changes. It depends really how many changes Koeman wants to make ahead of that Sevilla game, and indeed having seen the players after that Granada game in the way they've recovered, he did seem to suggest that maybe Ronald Araujo was getting a little bit tired in the press conference today, so maybe Araujo there could even be replaced by Oscar Mingueza, and there are a few suggestions as well that maybe Pedri could get a rest, and if he does, could we see Ricky Puig start in this game? But if we do indeed move on now to your predictions, because like we say, it's difficult to decide exactly what's going to happen in this game, and that's what I'm gauging right now from your predictions. You are confident of a win. We are feeling good right now as a fan base, but I don't think we want to go too overboard. We all recognise here that Real Betis are a very good side, capable on their day of beating anybody in La Liga if they play at their best. And of course, like I say, following on from that Granada game, let's just keep that momentum going. Let's keep the confidence going. I'm going to match you guys here. You're going to say win by 2. I'm going to say win by 2. Barça 2, Betis 0. And I would take that ahead of some big games to come after this one. So please do leave all your thoughts and your predictions ahead of this one in the comments down below, guys. What are your score predictions? What are you expecting? And in particular, the big question coming into this game, what would your starting lineup be? How many changes would you make from the team that faced Granada? And I'm very interested to see what you do. I'll see you tomorrow after the big game has taken place, and hopefully we can keep these good feelings going. I'll see you then. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça!